We've all been there. We see a beautiful build like this on the internet, we go give it a try and it looks a little bit more like this. Let's fix that. Hi everyone, stay here. Today we are diving into the world of diagonal construction. I'll be segmenting this video in 3 steps. The first dimension, the second dimension, and the third dimension. Let's start off with the first dimension. To start off, we select our starting point. When we have our starting point, we can choose the direction we would like to build in. And as you can see, we have a straight line here, no deviations going left to right, just in one direction. Now, if we move more left, we will see that we have multiple lines varying in the amount of diagonal that they are. So this one is built up out of 2, this one is 2 and 1 every other, and then the last one is just a 45-degree angle. Anything more sloped than that will go back to where we came from. Now, knowing what we know, we can go to the second dimension. So if we reference back to the first dimension, we'll see that we have this straight line. Moving back to the second dimension, we'll see that if we use multiple of those straight lines in the same shape, we will get a square. And just like before, if we move over to the left, we'll see that we have more slanted versions using the lines that we have beneath it. So with the 2s, we go to 2s, with the 2 and 1s, we go to 2 and 1s, and then with the diagonal, we also go to a diagonal square. And then you might say, well, that's all fun and games, but how does that work in 3 dimensions? Well, it all builds off of everything we already know. If you look back at the square and the straight line that we had before, it's literally the same. It's just the same shape as we had before, and then we keep slanting it over just a little bit. So if we go to the next house, we see that we have the same shape as the shape in front of it. We just slanted it slightly. Now, what is important to note is that all the locations of windows and doors will change, as well as the locations of the roof. It gets a bit trickier to build all of that. If we look at the little bit more slanted version, right here, we have our door on the side, but we still have that same shape. A little tip as well is use full glass blocks instead of panes. It just looks a bit nicer in diagonal building, just gets the point across a little bit easier. Now, as we move over even more to the left, we'll see that the shape will start to resemble more and more of a 45-degree angle. And we just keep doing the same thing. We build the shape, we add our details, we add our windows, just like we did on the previous one. And then we do the same thing on the diagonal one. If you go straight diagonal, go back, put the door in on the diagonal plane, and then go back to the windows, do that the same as well. That's how you build diagonal. Oh, I do have a little extra bonus for you that will make it a little bit easier to build in a diagonal way. The way to do this is to keep the front and back wall a straight wall, and in between that we add diagonal walls, just like this. This way we give ourselves a little bit of an easier time by doing the detailing on the front of the house. The facade will stay mostly the same as the house that we built before. If you thought this video is very helpful or informative, please let me know in the comments. It will really help me. And also don't forget to like and subscribe because that really helps me with the algorithm. Oh, and if you like building, make sure to check out this video on the barracks I made.